Hello, this is Group 11's lab report on the evolution of the human eye. I'm Lauren, then we have Morgan and Carly. Our question was, how did the human eye evolve so that it's not sensitive or cannot see to light in the infrared region? And then we hypothesized that since we evolved from the fish and they never saw the infrared region underwater because the infrared light didn't reach underwater. So when the fish were surviving and throughout the years they reproduced and evolved without seeing infrared light. So then when we evolved from them, we adopted this feature in the eye, which is why we can't see infrared light.
Coming into our model, we had some prior knowledge. We knew that humans evolved from fish, we knew the light spectrum, we knew that different wavelengths of light showed different colors, we knew that the human eye could not see infrared or UV light, and we knew about absorption and reflection of light. In our model, we used a spectrometer to show what light rays would get to the human eye in different scenarios, such as through air or through water. And then we also used Beer's law to explain the different absorbance of light through air and water. With our assumptions, we assumed that the way we held the spectrometer to measure the light gave us the most accurate reading, and we are confident in our model because we know that the spectrometer can pick up all the wavelengths that the eye can see.
We had two experimental designs in this, the first one being on land or with light just passing through air. So for that one, we just simply set up the light box on the light track and then turned on the light and pointed the spectrometer at the light and recorded the intensity of the light. Then after that, we had a fish tank that we filled up with water and put the light box on one end of the fish tank and put the spectrometer on the other end of the fish tank and measured the intensity of transmitted light through the water to see the differences.
Here we have the visual representation of our setup. In figure 1, you see the setup for the light transmitted through the air, and in figure 2, you see the setup for light transmitted through water. The yellow arrow represents the light source, and the green arrow represents the spectrometer. Why do we have a specific range of light that we can see on Earth? If you look at the solar spectrum, you can see that infrared light from the sun is reaching Earth. However, in water, it is being absorbed. When the infrared light travels through the air, a spectrometer can detect it. However, when you measure the light through an aquatic environment, infrared light is not detected in the spectrum of transmitted light. According to Beer's law, light will be absorbed differently in different mediums, comparing air and water. In water, it is absorbed at a much higher percentage. Life on Earth has utilized a specific range of light because it has evolutionary benefits. Looking at the reptiles, they can see an infrared light. Infrared light is related to heat, so when reptiles hunt at night, they can use their infrared vision to detect the heat coming from certain prey. This is beneficial to these reptiles, so as they reproduce, they pass on this trait to their offspring. If it was not beneficial to them, these wavelengths would not be passed on and the eye would evolve without it.
We were able to determine the wavelength of light through water by using the spectrometer, and so as you can see in figure 3, that's the absorption of white light through air, and then figure 4 is the absorption of white light through water. And so these screenshots of the spectrometer readings show that the intensity of light was much lower when through water, and also the amount of infrared light is little to nothing compared to it through air. And so this just shows how infrared light is not transmitted in water. Humans have evolved from fish, and fish lived in an environment where, they were underwater and infrared light did not pass through water, so their eyes did not need to see infrared light. And so as you can see on this phylogenetic tree, a lot of our characteristics, such as our eyes, came from fish, and since fish did not have eyes equipped to detect infrared light, neither do we.
Thank you!